Morning everybody, Andy Collier has asked me if I'll do a short video to show some of the collection from my Australia 1930 wall. Now the key bit of it is the BDV collection, but I'll come on to those last and just deal with the other stuff on the way. These are pretty well known up here. The various cards of the 15 players. There we go. They're pretty commonly available, but part of the collection, and just a couple of the Johnny Walker scorecards. Come all the way down to the bottom here. We've got a photograph of the team at Aigburth, which is a Lancashire ground. One especially for Andy Collier with his love of ships. Signed by all the players on the HMS Oronsay, I think it is. Again, a lot of the teams got on board with advertising campaigns, and this one was for the Jaeger kit, so that's nice. And just a signed sheet here with some oddball little photographs I picked up from a photograph album that just came from nowhere really. There was an awful lot of junk in it, but these things were promoted in the advert, so I bought the booklet. Really quite nice photographs from when the Australian team were at Somerset. That's just the standard card. Here we are again. A couple of them up at Nets there as well. Terry Beckett, I think, is the top one. So nice, different things. Right, off we go with the BDV. Now, I'm told in the past that nobody was actually sure where all these cards came from, so I don't know whether it was a successful advertising campaign or whatever, but plenty of them, plenty of you will have seen them. Full sets go through from time to time. I actually started off collecting the individual cards. I'd got up to about 10 when the whole set came up at an auction with Tim. I think it was in 2016. So I thought, right, you might as well get on with it and stop messing about. Dug deep into the old bank account and bought them. Now all the 15 are there. They all had the number down in the bottom right hand corner. The only thing that's slightly different on this one, as part of the stuff that came, was the Australian coat of arms. So I've kept that one, and that allows me to put 4 sets of 4 together, which is nice and tidy. I'll just step back here and you can see, there you go, these are the printer's proofs. Now I don't know, as I mentioned, what happened to the campaign, whether it actually went ahead, whether it was a success, whether it was dropped or whatever, but mostly it's here to, it's a BDV, a cigarette company. So I think this was perhaps a different approach to dishing out cigarette cards. And with these, what they encourage you to do is save up the vouchers, much as I'm sure you remember, like Green Shield stamps or Embassy smoking vouchers, etc. And then you collect those vouchers and you can cash them in for various things. So I'll go through the proofs here. That's one of them, just the players walking out. There's a standard theme, so I don't know whether they were out for choosing which campaign to use, but it was basically 30 30 tokens for a sticker signed, 40 for a card signed, which I've just shown you, or 300 for a full team one. They also seem to have something going on with a camera and a record as well. So that looks like one approach that they've done. Second one here, got a team sat down, but again, same sort of thing, 30, 40 and 300 down the bottom there, the camera and the disc. This one is the biggest one. This is a broadsheet size. This may have been done later on in the campaign, and the giveaway here is that it's not sort of when the team first came over, but I picked it up after Bradman's made 1,000 runs in May. I'll come on to that one at a later stage, but again, you've still got the same thing, 30, 40 and 300, and a different photograph of the players coming out there. There you go, then they get on about BDV Summer Sensation. The camera, 200 tokens. Different one here, nice little cameos at the top, all the same thing there, another alternative perspective, and then they sort of move a little bit off centre, if you like, back like Bradman. As we know, there was a booklet which I'll come on to there. That was 40 tokens. It looks as though there was a flicker book with it as well. We're aware of that they were around. Same thing here, back like Bradman, down we go, flicker book again. Different approach of the same thing. and then they move it down, and you've got the same thing for Clary Grimmet. You know, this is how he bowls. Solid 40 tokens again for that one. Very nice too. And this bit here is typical of Bradman. The date on the letter where he sends his thanks and commends the publishers for what they've done, as you can see there, is July the 2nd. So that fits in, by the time they've done something with his 1,000 runs in May, that fits in with it. So that was a very polite letter he put there, generous letter, nice signature at the bottom, and also signed by Clary Grimmet. And then I've got copies of the How Don Bradman Makes Centuries and How Grimmet Gets Wickets. So there we are, that's me 1930 wall. Had a lot of pleasure collecting those, and I hope those of you who've listened to this little video have enjoyed it as well.